Very good afternoon. I am Dr. Santosh from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, India. Probably the only university who is having pure in India. We have been using pure since 2018. Yes, we are seeing the fruits of the pure. And since 2018, I'm regularly visiting the event also, so except the pandemic years. So yes, welcome back. I was supposed to join with Priyanka, who is our Elsevier customer support manager, but she is unfortunately not in town. So I'll be taking through the presentation. I have only 15 minutes, and I will make sure that it's short and impactful. Just a snapshot of MAHE, or Manipal Academy of Higher Education. So it's a private university in India. So we are a multidisciplinary university, almost a 50-year-old university, a 70-year-old university. And we offer courses, all the courses which Government of India allows us. So except the 2 courses which government doesn't allow. So we offer everything. So we are a university with a faculty strength of 3,000 plus faculties and close to 30,000 plus students. Yes, so now the topic which I'm going to speak is with regard to the open science. How are we looking at the open science, or how are we using pure for improving the open science at the university? So yes, one thing I would like to clearly mention here is in India, as of today, we don't have any open science or open access mandate. India is not signing any, we have not signed any Plan-S agreement or anything. But yes, our university, we are having a vision to make sure that things are in open access or open science. So that's where we are moving, because our founders feel that we are mainly a health university, and anything which is related to the health should be, the knowledge should get transferred to the society without any paywalls. That's the mandate which the university has. So yes, we have, as of today, close to 60% of our research publication in open access journals. So we were at around 20% 4 years back, and today we are at 60%. And we envisage to see that in the next 2 years, we are at close to 80-85% of our publications in open access journals. So yes, as I already said, we don't have any, we are not a part of any university or a national consortia in terms of open access, but still with the founders envisage, we have signed as to 18 open access agreements as on date as a standalone university. And in fact, we were the first standalone university globally to sign any open access agreement. So because all the other agreements which are there are as a consortia or as a national agreement. So that's where we are in terms of the open access. So yes, we have been doing pretty well in terms of open access. We have almost, as I told, we have open access agreements with all the major publishing houses as on date. So now we like to take a little step forward in terms of not just in terms of the open access publications. We want to move towards the complete open sciences. So yes, as we know, this is the research life cycle. Everyone knows it starts from ideation and to publish. What's that we are looking at? So this is where we are now planning to. So the idea is not just something which is inward. We want it to be outward. So we make sure that the ideas are in the pre-registered sites, like OSF, wikis, and all those things, open wiki and other things. And the methodology or the workflow is not just confined internally. So we wanted to make it as a holistic management workflow so that you can collaborate, you can see that the ideas are flown across and people can get into the system. And the data collection is no longer very unilateral, or it's confined to a university or to a research. So we mandate to see that every data which is getting collected in terms of the research, until unless there is a conflict, it will be onto the public domain. It's going to be onto the storage repositories for access, for reproducibility by anyone across the globe. And the analysis, we always make sure that our researchers are using the analytical platforms which are interactive, cloud-centric, so wherein you can explore possibilities of many researchers interacting to it. So not just the software which is, we speak in terms of something which is getting into a system. We want it to be a cloud-based software wherein many people can collaborate. So we use tools like IEEE Data Port, we use like GitHub, where the programs are also interfaced on a cloud-based servers so that you have a free flow of knowledge across without any paywalls. Yes, and yes, with regard to the publication, we are emphasizing on open access publications. So that's where we talk in terms of the open science. So yes, I need not define what is open science, as everyone knows. So for the time, I'm just running it quickly. So just as an example, I showed the, I'm showing the mandate of REF. So yes, as I told you, I am from India. I don't have any mandate for open science, but still we make sure that we are following things to it. So this is our pure portal. And how are we looking at doing all the things, whatever I explained in the previous flow? So yes, with regard to the pure, we are capturing the open access publication, we are showcasing its licenses, we are showcasing the DOI, we are making sure that the full text articles are available. So all these things we are doing in the pure part. Now, with regard to the other parts, whatever I was speaking, pre-publication entity, the data flow, the data analysis, and so on. So that's where the DC comes into handy for us, the Digital Commons platform. So we have also been using Digital Commons since almost 5 years at the university. So we use DC for the backend with regard to all the other phases for interconnecting to the other ports. So for the data part. So yes, we have created separate entity called as open access archival. So wherein we look at the pre-publication access or pre-publication data getting archived into this platform so that it is directly connected. The pure is already interfacing with the DC so that I can pre-connect all my published entity with the previous data so that the researcher, when the outside researchers, when they want to come in, so they come into the pure, see the research publication, and they want to have the complete data access, they will be led to the DC portal, and from the DC portal, we lead them to the different portals where the actual data is there. So that's where this is what I'm talking. So this is the content phase of my published entity where I'm storing the pre-data for my published publication in the DC portal. And in the DC portal, I am giving all the links to the sites where the data is archived. So Pure has a publication. The summary or the data with regard to this publication is in DC, and DC will enable me to link with all the other places where I have the data which is going in. So We use the F1000 repository as one of our preprint records for the pre-publication entities. So we have subscribed for the F1000 gateway, so wherein we push in all the preprint versions there. And along with the F1000, we also have the IEEE data port. So we have the OSF, we have the GitHub. So all these places, wherever the IEEE data port is mainly used for the technical data or the projects or the programming of your software tools and other things. GitHub is the software entities, again, the interactive software, the cloud softwares. And then we have the OSF, where we are storing the pre-registered ideas and so on and so forth. So all these are getting connected to the Pure, so that the researcher, when someone wants to look at a publication, they come in with regard to the research, they see the publication, and then all the pre-existing data or the pre-existing softwares which the researcher has used for carrying out this research is already there here embedded. So there is a complete loop of data which goes in, which is there in the public domain, it's open, so that you have there is no need to rerun the wheel for a new researcher when they are coming, and it's there for validation. So that's how the whole system is working as of now. So yes, that's it.
All right, thank you very much for that, Dr. Santosh. Let's see if that spawns any questions from anybody. Or are you all just thinking about lunch? May I ask, how do you see the next step for Manipal in this journey? Do you have a near-term plan? What would be the next logical move for you, or do you feel that you have come full circle with the setup?
No, nothing. We have not fully done the full circle. We have a lot to do. And yes, with regard to the open access or the open science also, so though there is a lot of ifs and buts still as of now also. So the system is still not fully ready for saying that I am getting into the open access mode. So what happens is, my researchers always say that when they are trying to pull in things onto the publicly available platforms like GitHub or the IEEE data port and so on. So for them, the validating the information through the noises is high. So the system is still not ready to say that this is having only the right information. So anything which is on the public domain as of now, has a lot of time and effort goes in by the researcher to validate whether it is an information or whether it is a noise. So that's where the whole thing is as of now.
As of now.
So once that gets getting done, so that the researcher time is saved.
Okay. But you get the framework. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Santosh.